Today's program is brought to you by PennyStockProfessor.com. For all the best OTCBB stock picks, sign up at PennyStockProfessor.com.
Thank you for tuning in to another TBC Daily News Update. I'm Brandon Vincent.
And I'm Angelina Soriano.
President Barack Obama is considering a fee on financial services companies for inclusion in the budget plan he's set to release next month as a way to cut the federal deficit. Obama had vowed to halve the deficit, which was $1.4 billion last year, in part because of stimulus spending, the cost of war in Iraq and Afghanistan, and bailouts of financial institutions and companies such as the automakers General Motors and Chrysler LLC. The official declined to give specifics about the struggle of the possible fee, which was reported earlier by politicians. The fee wouldn't amount to a transaction tax or a bonus levy. As of January 6, firms have repaid $122 billion in capital that they received from the Troubled Asset Relief Program. The amount of capital injections from the government was about $205 billion. The government expects to be repaid for the funds put into the banks at a profit. The Treasury is unlikely to recover from all of the money put into the resources of General Motors and Chrysler.
The Zale Corporation in Dallas reported today that comparable store sales decreased 12% for the combined months of November and December 2009, encompassing the entire holiday selling period. Total revenues for the two-month period were $494 million compared to $582 million last year, a decrease of 15.1%. Within this two-month period, November same-store sales declined 18.6% and December same-store sales declined 9.2%. During the holiday selling period, the company maintained pricing and promotional discipline, which favorably impacted gross margin performance and appreciably mitigated the impact of reduced sales on margin dollars.
U.S. stocks advanced this week, sending the S&P 500's index higher for a sixth day as Alcoa Incorporated gained before reporting results, and record Chinese imports added to the biggest U.S. aluminum producer added 2.5% prior to its quarterly report following the close of U.S. exchanges. The company missed the average analyst estimate. Caterpillar Incorporated surged 6.3% following the data on trade with China. Citigroup Incorporated climbed 1.1% after its biggest individual shareholder said the worst is over for the nation's third biggest bank. The S&P 500 increased 0.2% at 4 p.m. in New York. The measure risen 2.9% since December 31st, the best start to a new year since 2006, while the Dow Jones Industrial Average climbed 0.4%. Alcoa rose 2.5% to $17.45 yesterday. The company reported fourth quarter profit excluding some items of 1 cent share and missing the average analyst estimate by 6 cents. Alcoa became the first Dow average company to report fourth quarter results. Intel Corporation and J.P. Morgan Chase & Company also post earnings this week. Combined profit for the S&P 500 companies surged 62% during the first quarter, and the first increase since 2007. The S&P 500 rose 2.7% last week as manufacturing increased more than forecast in the U.S. as metal and oil prices surged.
Cyclone Pharma shares up after 2010 rev outlook. Shares rose 12.6% to $2.85 in pre-market trading on Monday after the company gave a 2010 revenue outlook that was about expectations, driven by its strong international commercial operations. Argentine President Cristina Fernandez said on Monday the government's plan to tap foreign currency reserves to set up a debt repayment fund would help the country's planned debt swap. This swap would help the country as it seeks to re-enter global credit markets 8 years after a debt default.
No U.S. industry has faster profit growth than banks and brokers, and no group is more hated by investors. Analysts say earnings at financial companies rose 120% in the fourth quarter, accounting for all the income increase in the S&P 500's index, climbing 4 times as fast as the market. Should the estimates prove correct, the shares are trading at 15% discount to the index. That's not enough money for managers that were burned by the 84% drop in stocks from February 2007 through March, and more than 160 U.S. bank failures in the past 2 years. Financial companies are the least favored equities, according to Bank of America Corporation's survey of investors with $617 billion in assets that showed 38% of 138 money managers are holding fewer shares than are benchmark in indexes. So far, the analysts have proven right after the S&P 500 Financials Index gained 15% in 2009.
Funeral products maker Hillenbrand Corporation has agreed to acquire K-Tron International Incorporation, a maker of manufacturing flow equipment, for $150 a share in cash. The deal, worth about $426 million based on 2.84 million K-Tron shares as on October 30th, represents a premium of 32.1% over the Pittman, New Jersey-based company's Friday closing price of $113.52. Hillenbrand, which expects to use cash and proceeds from debt financing to fund the acquisition, said it sees the deal adding to its earnings in 2010. Hillenbrand, the holding company for Batesville Casket Company, also expects to close the deal by the end of March, after which K-Tron will operate as a wholly owned subsidiary of the company.
Have you been denied a credit card, car loan, mortgage, apartment rental, or even a cell phone? Your credit score is probably under 720. Change your score and change your financial future with Philip Tyrone's 7 Steps to a 720 Credit Score. We'll show you how to raise your credit score for free. In just weeks, this simple system can get you approved and save you money.
That knocked our interest rates down from 11% to 7%.
I ended up saving $2,500 a month.
The first 100 callers will get Philip Tyrone's groundbreaking book for free. Just pay processing. That's a $30 value free. And if you call within the next 15 minutes, you'll get a free ticket to a phone-in seminar with Philip Tyrone himself. This exciting personal teleseminar will show you how to instantly improve your credit score and save money every month. Don't let a foreclosure, bankruptcy, missed payments, or short sale get in the way of your financial future.
Don't wait. To order, call 1-800-862-7840. That's 1-800-862-7840. Call now.
In fashion news, there's no denying that the most anticipated, exciting, and talked about part of London Fashion Week are the catwalk shows, but the exhibition should not be forgotten as it is an integral part of London Fashion Week. The exhibition is located within the same venues as the catwalk shows and gives over 200 UK and international brands the opportunity to represent themselves and reveal their brand identity and products. This allows buyers and exhibitors range from clothing to bags to accessories to footwear and more. This year there was a real focus on hats as the event Hedonism, created by British milliner Stephen Jones, was initiated in order to showcase a number of upcoming London milliners.
In today's green news, Sharp was happy to show off its greener products at CES, starting with a big display for the Tokai solar car. The vehicle is equipped with triple-junction solar cells, which are incredibly efficient. There was a tiny cell on display that was called the Hope Diamond of solar cells, and it boasts an efficiency rate that you may have a hard time believing. This itty-bitty cell is capable of just over 35% efficiency, and the type we will see used for solar concentrators. Sharp stated that it's following all the energy strategies for solar, such as high efficiency, expensive solar technologies for the use in space, as well as lower efficiency, affordable technologies for terrestrial uses. Sharp also displayed creations like this solar-powered vehicle to a cell phone with a solar cell embedded in the back. Sharp has been working on improving LED lighting. These new LED bulbs are the equivalent of a 60-watt bulb, come in warmer and cooler whites. These new LED lights will have a life of between 40,000 and 50,000 hours, or about 20 years. They'll be released this year from a price between $50 and $100. They're also looking at better solar-powered lighting, such as a solar-powered lamp. It is equivalent to about 25 watts, which is dim, but as pointed out to me, when you're camping, 25 watts is usually plenty of light. The charge rate is impressive. For 3 hours of sunlight, you get 3 hours of actual light. Not bad for backup lights. We will see this new product on the market this fall. Finally, Sharp unveiled LED backlit LCD televisions. It uses quad-pixel technology, introducing yellow into the red, green, and blue spectrum for more vivid colors. The 52-inch version uses only 100 watts, which is a fairly impressive efficiency level. Every single one of Sharp's new TVs will qualify to be on store shelves in California now that the efficiency mandate has passed. A 52-inch version of this television runs $3,600, while the 68-inch version runs $6,500. It's a whole lot of money to spend on a television in the first place, but eventually the electricity saved over the lifespan of the television would make up for the cost.
Thank you for tuning in to another TBC Daily News Update. I'm Brandon Vincent.
And I'm Angelina Soriano.